Welcome to what should be a cracking game here at the Bahrain National Stadium. Group C match day 3. Bahrain take on Indonesia in the AFC World Cup qualifiers. There's the table. Bahrain with 3 points, Indonesia with 2. Could all change with a victory for either side today. These two sides arrive here. 31 degrees of heat. Humidity is big here in Riffa, and the players will feel it very much so. Bahrain with a choice. All red for themselves, and it's the away strip for Indonesia. Looking at it on paper, it really should not be a contest. Between these two sides, with Bahrain currently ranked, well, as of 19th of September, 76th in the FIFA rankings, been up as high as 44th, as low as 139th, but they are certainly the side who are higher in the FIFA rankings. But as we all know, football is not played on paper.
బెగ్గింగ్ గ్రామ ప్రజలకు క్రీడాభిమానులకు దసరా శుభాకాంక్షలు. బెగ్గం ప్రీమియర్ లీగ్ నుంచి దసరా పండుగ శుభాకాంక్షలు. ప్లేయర్స్ ఆల్ టైమ్స్ ప్లేయర్స్ రావాలి. ఆల్ టైమ్ ప్లేయర్స్. ఇక్కడ వికెట్లు వెళ్ళి ప్లేయర్స్ త్వరగా వచ్చి, ఆల్రెడీ సూపర్ స్టార్స్ టీం వచ్చింది రెడీగా. ఆర్సీబీ టీం కూడా ఉంది. ప్లేయర్స్ ఏమనుకోకుండా ఒక 5 minutes అక్కడ ఇక్కడ రేస్ వేయాలి. అశోక్ జిక్కి విష్ణు అలియాస్ జిక్కి విష్ణు, త్వరగా అదో చైర్స్ ఉన్నాయి, చైర్స్ వేయాలి. మనకి ఈరోజు చాలామంది క్రీడాభిమానులు వస్తారు కనుక త్వరగా రావాలి.
If you could imagine your ideal way of working, what would it look like? Monday.com can make it your...
Alisikiza watu wa Embu vile wanasema. Hata huyu Daboen alikuwa ameandika barua, akakuja Embu, akasikiza watu, akapinduka. Akafuata vile wananchi wanafanya nini? Kwa sababu sisi zote ni watu ya kuchaguliwa. Na ni mzuri usikize ile watu ambayo wamefanya nini. Kwa hivyo watu wa Embu mlichagua mimi na President William Ruto, mkatupatia kura zenu zote. Tungeuliza uamuzi wa raia uheshimike. Kwa sababu raia wanapiga kura miaka 5. Na ni mzuri kuheshimu uamuzi wa nini? Lakini sisi tuna imani kubwa sana na mahakama zetu. Our judiciary is very professional, and I have no doubt in my mind that our eminent judges will protect and uphold the Constitution, the rule of law, and always make sure that the will of the people is sovereign. Na tukiwa, that is the way a good country runs. So watu wa Kenya wako na imani sana, and they have faith that our courts of law will protect and uphold our Constitution, and most importantly, always protect the will of the people, because the people are supreme. Na tukifuata hiyo, we'll have a good country. Irrespective ya ile tatokea, nataka kuuliza amani katika hii Embu, katika Mlima Kenya, katika Kenya nzima. Sisi tuko na nchi ya Kenya, hatuna nchi nyingine. Na hii nchi ni yetu. Sisi tupendane, tukue na amani, tukiendelea kufanya kazi zetu. Kwa sababu hiyo ndio mambo ile muhimu. Lakini yote naendelea, sisi imani yetu ni ya kwamba Ngai ari ogete-ini giake kionene na giothingu, na Ngai ndahotagwo. Gitiguo toina rwimbo rumwe na hivi kule riakwa nipatie hiyo kita rwimbo rwako ini hage nyimbo cia kuinira Ngai rwimbo 308 wihoke mwathani rugendo-ini rugamai. Wihoke mwathani rugendo-ini na mwenyewe utale kata wena wana thina.
I've been here with us this afternoon. He was in Eldoret in the morning, but because of work exigencies, he wasn't able to join us. Mumekubali salamu zake? Mimi napenda kuongea maneno matatu peke yake, na nitaongea kwa Kiswahili kwa sababu sisi wote tuko wapi? Tuko nyumbani. Wale ambao mumeona wakifanya competition leo, imegharimu serikali ya Elgeyo Marakwet, ya Eldoret na ya Kapsabet, na serikali kuu ikiongozwa na His Excellency the President kukaa chini na kupanga kuangalia kwamba hapa ndio mahali hizi cycling zitaishia. Na ndi kwa sababu za mbalimbali. Namba moja ni kwamba nyinyi watu wa Elgeyo Marakwet mnajulikana kwa mbinu zenu za riadha. Na tumeambiwa kwamba wale ambao wanaendesha baiskeli pia ni kama wale wanaokimbia. Kwa hivyo tunajua champions ambazo tunakuza hapa watatoka wapi? Watatoka hapa Elgeyo Marakwet. Na sisi kama serikali tumepanga kuangalia kwamba mahitaji yenu kufuatana na viwanja, kufuatana na hii stadium ambayo tumetangaza juzi. Nafikiri His Excellency unajua umekuja kwa ofisi zetu na tumeongea kwamba tumetangaza, na nafikiri hivi karibuni itaanza kufanya kazi. Kwa hivyo mimi sina mengi, ni kusema tu asanteni. Serikali itaendelea kufanya kazi.
Not what I expected. There have been so many lead changes in this race, and it makes it so much fun to watch. But I can say, as an athlete, it is not the race that you want to be in because it is nerve-wracking. But this is Tomoki Suzuki, the Paris Paralympic silver medalist, back up at the front. This is really similar to how he raced that Paralympic marathon, actually. Marcel Hug took off hard from the start, and for the majority of the race, Suzuki was in third by himself with no one around him, and he held on to his pace and just kept chipping away, and ended up catching up to second place. And if the race was a little bit longer, he may have been able to reel in Marcel Hug for first.
This is amazing to see a third name so tight in there with Roman Chuck and Marcel Hug, because we're so used to those two names being the ones we watch so closely.
It's so exciting to see, and Tomoki Suzuki doesn't race all of that often outside of Japan, but he is really, really strong. He's won the Tokyo Marathon 2 times, most recently this past March in 2024. So he definitely has the speed, he has the experience, but it's really exciting to see him out on the streets of Chicago with such a dominant performance right now.
Is this his debut? Chicago? Is this his Chicago debut? This first time in Chicago?
I believe that it is. It's definitely, if it's not, it's definitely his first time that he is in the lead pack in Chicago.
Sure, okay. Let's check in with the men's elite runners. Ed, what are you seeing? I know you've been spying on that box where we're watching the men.
Yeah, I think John Career, again, who is one of our men who have run 2:05, is right there in things, and he's wearing the yellow. He's been a constant force right up behind the pace setter, so he must be feeling good. He's a 2-time LA Marathon champion. He has done historically very well here at Chicago. He was 3rd here in 2022. He was 4th in 2023. He knows how to get the job done here in Chicago, so I think that gives you an air of confidence here in the early miles. They're continuing to click along right at 4:47, 4:47, 4:46 pace, which again is going to be in the 2:04 range. And again, for today with the wind and with the quality men's field, I think that's a really good time. Not near as hasty and fast as the women are going right now, though, relatively speaking.
All right. Love to be able to check in on the women's moto, if at all possible, and see how Ruth Chepngetich is looking. Looks like they're making their way through Lincoln Park. Can we get to Dina? Dina, can you tell us anything? I don't know if we have Dina. Let's see if we have Galen.
I hear you.
Oh,
It
okay,
is just,
go for it.
I mean, the Chicago voices are coming out on the streets. 1.5 million people are taking over your voice, Miriam. We just passed the 5-mile mark. And I know you're asking about the lead women, but we are also with the leaders of Team USA up here. Zach Panning and CJ Albertson also projected to run 2:06. They are right next to me as Ruth Chepngetich continues to just set a blistering pace. Sudame Kebede is right off of her shoulders, but it's as if they're running 2 entirely different races, like they are just on a mission themselves, but there hasn't been any interaction between the two of them, which has been super interesting to see. They're just running their own races, and I think they're both hoping that as the miles wear on, that they're going to be the one to sustain this blistering pace. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks so much, Dina Castor. We'll get to Galen Rupp out there following the men's professional field in just a moment. Here's another look for you at some of